Hello, my name is Amairani, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 myths about immigration. Immigration has been a hot topic for decades now, and with this year's upcoming presidential election, it seems like we can't go a single day without hearing about an immigration reform or the infamous wall. And with so much conversation happening, it can be hard to distinguish between facts and biased opinions, which is why I wanted to make this video. So let's get started, shall we? Immigration myth number 1, immigrants don't pay taxes. Well, that just simply isn't true. Undocumented immigrants pay taxes every single time they buy gas, clothes, or pretty much anything else. They also contribute to property taxes, a main source of school funding, anytime they buy or rent a house or an apartment. Despite their status, evidence shows that at least 50% of undocumented immigrant households currently file income tax using individual taxpayer identification numbers, better known as ITIN numbers. The IRS issues ITIN numbers regardless of immigration status, and they serve no other purpose than to file federal income tax. The U.S. Social Security Administration estimated that in 2013, undocumented immigrants paid a whopping $13 billion in payroll taxes alone for benefits that they will never get. Which brings us to immigration myth number 2, undocumented immigrants receive benefits. Well, that also isn't true, because in order to receive benefits such as welfare or food stamps, you need a social security number, which undocumented immigrants do not have because they're undocumented. It's kind of as simple as that. Are you guys okay now, or should I keep going? I'm just gonna keep going. Immigration myth number 3, all undocumented immigrants are criminals. Well, that one also kind of isn't true. It's important to note that there is a difference between improper entry and unlawful presence. And while there is a clear distinction between both of these, neither is technically a crime. They are punishable by civil penalties, but not criminal ones. Now, the biggest difference between improper entry and unlawful presence is just the way that you came into the country. People that come into the country unauthorized or illegally are at fault of committing improper entry. And those who are in the country under unlawful presence means that they came in legally through a visa of sorts, but they overstayed that visa. And again, neither of them are federal crimes, people. Improper entry and unlawful presence are both punishable by deportation, and technically improper entry is also a misdemeanor and punishable for up to $250 in civil penalties. But that just means that like your parking ticket and me entering the country legally are kind of the same thing. Now, speaking of crimes, that brings us to myth number 4 about immigration. Undocumented immigrants bring more crime. Well, you guessed it, folks. That one also isn't true. In fact, incarceration rates for men are the lowest among immigrants, even those with the least education. And can I let you in on a little secret? Statistics show that US-born men are incarcerated at a rate 2.5 times greater than foreign-born men. So watch out, because they're out here. Now, speaking of statistics, I have some more for you. From 1990 to 2013, the number of undocumented immigrants in this country tripled from 3.5 million to 11.2 million. Yet during that time, violent crime rates dropped a whopping 48% nationwide. Now you might be thinking, if undocumented immigrants are such good people, then why don't they just do it the right way? And that brings us to immigration myth number 5. There is a right way to go about the immigration process. Well, not really. There really isn't. There are multiple channels through which you can navigate the immigration process from. But the truth of the matter is that the immigration process in the United States isn't an easy one, or a fast one, or a cheap one. It took me 10 years and thousands of dollars to become a resident. But had my circumstances been slightly different, I would still be undocumented to this day. Now, I'm not a criminal, and I'm not here to steal anybody's job, and I'm not here to do any of the many lies that people say that we do. My mother and I, along with my brother, came into this country in search of opportunity and in search of a better life and a better future for all of us. And we've tried our best to contribute positively to this country. But the fact of the matter is that our immigration system is broken. And until we fix it, we're still gonna have many of the problems that we talk about today. And there's still gonna be a huge stigma against immigrants. So I'm hoping that with this video, I was able to clarify some of the myths that you thought were truths, and that you share this with your family members and or friends and or coworkers, because there are a lot of misconceptions about immigration and what undocumented immigrants do and or don't do. And until we have these conversations and we actually do some research about this, those myths are going to continue, and those people, undocumented people, are going to continue to be affected negatively by these assumptions. So next time you hear someone go on and on and on about illegals or the wall, send them the link to this video, and I'll help them become a better, smarter person, because clearly they're on the wrong path. And until next time, see ya!